All right. Fucking holy shit, bro. Dana just cooked, bro. Dana fucking cooked for us. And we're going to be eating good this fucking summer. All right. We already know what's been announced, but let's just start in the order of which they were announced. DeRitter, Whitaker, middleweight bout for UFC Fight Night in Abu Dhabi. I fuck with it heavy, man. And I'll give my initial pick for this, just early on in advance. Truthfully, I feel like I have to go with Robert Whitaker. Obviously, I'm going to rewatch some fights, and I'll make a harder decision by then. But I think off rip, I'm going to have to go with Robert Whitaker on this. Yes, he did kind of get smoked by Chimaev. But although he did get smoked pretty easily, I don't want to sound crazy, but I feel like it was a bit of a fluke. I mean, we've seen Chimaev like fuck people up in the first round, but it wasn't not that cleanly. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna go with that. But this is funny.
This is such a
Oh,
fascinating.
let's turn that off. I like how it shows these highlights. It says Abu Dhabi never disappoints. This fight certainly disappointed. This fight was fucking lame as fuck. That didn't happen. Just kidding. Yes, it did happen. Ilya, my goat, fucking chinned that fucking chin merchant Max Holloway. This fight was also fucking lame, and it should have been a draw, but they gave it a comes out, whatever. And this actually didn't happen. This is fake. This is AI, but it's fine. Like I said, UFC just wants to post AI. Next, Billy Anakana, Ibo Aslan. Ibo Aslan, the EPO. Look at his chest. Not to be too disrespectful. It's fine. Or who knows? Maybe he was just a fat kid growing up. Who knows? But Ibo Aslan recently got fraud checked by Ion Cutelaba at UFC Seattle. And then Billy Alakana, if you remember, not many people remember him. He made his debut against Bogdan Guskov at on the first pay-per-view of the year. But I'm probably going to go with Ibo Aslan. Although he did get fraud checked by Ion Cutelaba, I do believe he's probably better than Billy Alakana. I don't want to say Billy Alakana is a can, because that fight was on short notice, but he did kind of curl up into a little ball and give up. I think he gassed himself out pretty clearly. Next, Dricus Duplessis versus Khamzat Chimaev. Whew, bro. Honestly, Khamzat Chimaev's he's dangerous, bro. We know he's dangerous. He fucks people up. He does destroy people. And he's capable of going to war, like we saw against Gilbert Burns. But I feel like I have to go with Dricus on this one, man. I believe Dricus can stuff takedowns. As long as he doesn't get taken down in the first round, I believe he could probably stuff takedowns and put himself in a good position early on in the first couple rounds to where he could really put it on him in the later rounds, assuming he gets that far. But I'm going to go with Dricus on this one. Khamzat better fucking start running, bro, because Dricus can put a fucking pace on motherfuckers. His Sean Strickland fight, his Adesanya fight, well, both of the Strickland fights, the Adesanya fight, those were crazy, all right, in terms of pacing. Next. Woo! My fucking GOAT, bro. My fucking GOAT. Ilia Topuria versus Charles Oliveira. Get out of here, bro. And for the lightweight championship. They made Islam vacate. Islam had to vacate for this. I can understand what people are probably calling bullshit, but like, well, Islam shouldn't have to vacate because he defended more times and all this and that. And I can kind of see the argument. I'm not going to sit here and say, no, he should vacate. I think with the UFC's policy is just like moving forward, because, we can barely get fucking fights going for just champs regularly, to the point where they're like, no more double champs, man. Because these motherfuckers barely fight, especially Islam. Truthfully, he only fights like once a year. Since he became champ, he's only fought like once a year. So, fuck that. No more double champs, at least simultaneously. If you want double champ status, leave your other belt behind. So here we go. Topuria, Oliveira, honestly, despite what you guys may say, this is a blessing in disguise, man. Charles Oliveira is finally getting his title shot again after all these years. And, unfortunately, he had to step out of his one against Islam 2, the rematch, but because of his injury. But, man, I'm glad. Honestly, Charles and Ilya are two of my fucking favorite fighters. So, although I'm leaning towards Ilya. My initial reaction, I'm leaning towards Ilya. But either way, like, we're getting what we want as a fan base. I mean, I don't know. A lot of people hate Ilya, but I fucking love him. So I'm getting what I want if Ilya wins. And if Charles wins, we as a fan base are getting what we want, because who doesn't fucking love Charles Oliveira? And honestly, it would honestly be a pretty great story if he came out on top of this at the end, because I had him as the lightweight GOAT if he had beaten Islam the first time, or if he had beaten him in the rematch. Like if Charles Oliveira beats him in the rematch, or if he won the initial fight, I was like, Charles Oliveira's the lightweight GOAT and he's the best. But unfortunately, that didn't happen. So who knows? Maybe he can sort of later in life reestablish himself as the lightweight GOAT, because I feel like his resume is just as good, if not better, than Islam's. They pretty much fought the same fucking people, and Charles Oliveira beat him better, in my opinion. So, Pantoja, Kai France for the co-main of that. I don't like it. Pantoja's getting older. Seeing Volk break the 35 curse, I'm expecting Pantoja to do the same. I will actually be kind of fucking pissed off if Kai France loses 2 in a row, KO's fucking Urseg, and steps out of his fight against Manel Cap just for him to KO Pantoja in an undeserved title shot. And yeah, it is an undeserved title shot, but unfortunately, flyweight is just kind of built like shit right now. But hopefully we can get some clear contenders after this main event. But I'm going with Pantoja. Hopefully, hopefully, I don't even like Pantoja. If you guys have been watching this channel enough, I don't even like Pantoja, but I like him. I like his chances in this fight. But they also had posted the bout list for 317. Ilia Topuria, Charles Oliveira main event. Pantoja, KKF for the co-main. Paulo Costa, Roman Konfilov, Benil Dariush, Moicano, Janata Diniz versus Justin Tafa, Brandon Royval, Manel Cap, Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez, Vivian Arawahu, Tracy Cortez. Oh, man. Initial reaction, I can see why they probably put Manel Cap Royval on the as like the prelim headliner, but I feel like it shouldn't be. I feel like if anything, that should be probably the main card headliner, but then they would have to bump up Janata Diniz, Justin Tafa, which they shouldn't, which they literally can't because that fight's shit. Or they could, and also like they can't have that be the prelim headliner. If anything, Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov should be like the main event headliner. I mean the prelim headliner, and Brandon Royval, Manel Cap should move up to the actual pay-per-view list, and they could keep Janata Diniz, Justin Tafa as the headliner. I mean as the opener, and just bump that one up to like the 4th fight on the main card. I feel like they could do that. This, obviously this is just their initial thoughts. It's probably going to change a little bit. And honestly, the way the fucking UFC goes, I bet you probably some of these fights are gonna fall through. Manel Cap is a fucking pull-out merchant, so I'm willing to bet that's not going to happen. Tracy Cortez, also a bit of a pull-out merchant herself. Or just, I wouldn't say she's a pull-out merchant. She just straight up doesn't fight. So I wouldn't be surprised if that one falls through. And then Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov, I wouldn't be surprised if that one falls through. But, man, dude, I'm fucking excited. Just initial reactions on this one. I'm going to go with Vivian Arawahu. I think she's really good. Her fights are not always that exciting, but I think she's definitely a step above Tracy Cortez. Jack Hermanson, Gregory Rodriguez. I'm going to go with Gregory Rodriguez on that one. Fuck, man, wait. Maybe Jack Hermanson. Damn, dude. Well, dude, it's been like, 2 years since Jack Hermanson fraud checked Joe Pyfer? I'm going to go with Gregory Rodriguez. Manel Cap, Brandon Royval. I'm going to go with Brandon Royval. Janata Diniz, Justin Tafa, Janata Diniz. Benil Dariush, Renato Moicano. I'm going to go with Moicano. Paulo Costa, Roman Kopylov. I'm going to go with Roman Kopylov. Pantoja, Kai France. I already told you Pantoja and Ilia Topuria. And, yeah, man, we're going to be fucking eating good this damn summer. I'm super fucking excited for it. UFC 318 was not announced. Wait, was it announced? And I'm just not remembering. I don't remember. But no John Jones, Tom Aspinall announcement. What are we waiting for, baby? Huh? How about we just strip the fucking guy, huh? That'd be cool. Yeah, how about we just strip John Jones? I don't really give a fuck at this point. Just get rid of him, man. He's pissing me off. As well as everyone else. And he's hurting Tom Aspinall's career, and that's just blatantly fucking wrong. Regardless of what you say or what you think about John Jones, that's just wrong. And what else? Yeah, and I mean, it's pretty much confirmed Islam Makhachev's going to fight, what's his face? JDM. Fucking Jack Dalamate. But no announcement on that. It's probably going to be in September. September or October, let's be real. And then another fight, no announcement for Volk Evloev, which we are also kind of expecting. I believe they said they're going to go back to Perth, Australia. They might do main and co-main. Islam JDM for the main, and then co-main Volk Evloev. But Let me know what you guys think, man. Let's fucking go. Thank you, Dana. Put the oil away, guys. We don't have to oil him up this time.